Iglu Media is a game studio that develops games mostly for mobile platforms such as the iPhone and the Google Store. We develop games based on film and TV shows.
The first game we released was actually for an independent feature film called Grabbers. It was partly the film itself was partly shot in Northern Ireland, and we were contacted by the producer just about doing a game that was sort of takes the creatures from the film and puts them in a similar setting to what you would see in the film. And the idea was basically to use it to drum up an audience within the gaming market and just to make them aware of the film. So the game itself would have a trailer to the film built in. And that was quite successful. I think we had around sort of 20,000 downloads over the Christmas period. It's a challenging time to release a game, but we're actually now, the same producer has come back to us with sort of return business with bigger budget, bigger ambitions. And that's hopefully something we'll be starting in the next month. That project is called Robot Overlords.
We would usually spend quite a lot of time, first of all, talking about what the audience is for the project and what the project might be. So we talk to the producer and director, and then we also talk to our own guys that work with us to make the game. And we put together essentially what is a pitch document, setting out what the core idea is, and the sort of audience that it'll go for. We also, because we're producers, we also work on what the budget will be, the timescale for doing it. We try to get everyone then to sign off on that idea, and then the actual hard work starts of actually working out the animation that we needed, the artwork that need to be created, and the programming requirements for the game. I think there's so much arts and animation talent that's already about there looking for opportunities basically in the gaming area. It's the games is relatively young industry for Northern Ireland, so there aren't necessarily the studios that can take on vast amounts of people. However, that is changing, and Iglu, for example, is hiring more and more staff throughout the year. So there's the art and animation side is absolutely taken care of. The programming side, there's games design courses that are now starting to produce some talented programmers, and hopefully we'll be in the position to again hire those people. And there's other game studios that we work with, have good working relationships with, who also will be looking to hire those game design folks and programmers. So it's definitely an area where people would have to have left Northern Ireland before to get work. They can actually now stay here and work with some really talented other game designers.
Queen's has a very good computer science course, and the programmers would tend to come from there. Also, the University of Ulster then sort of covers a lot of the art and animation side of things. So they're coming from, and we're starting to see both universities bear fruit now with those courses. So the people we've been talking to the last few weeks about hopefully coming on board, they tend to be graduates, and some of them have a few years industry experience. Some of them are just graduating this month. So it's really, for us, we're happy enough to look at what they've done while at university, and we're happy not to take a punt as such, but to bring them on board maybe without that experience, because we know that it's the sort of work where you're going to be learning month on month as you work on projects, and they can only really get that experience by coming in and working on the sort of projects that we're bringing here. So we find most of the staff are coming from the universities here. We haven't really been looking at poaching people from the mainland, just simply because we haven't had to. We've been both pleasantly surprised at the quality and the quantity of talent that is actually here on our doorstep, and that's fantastic for us, because we know we can go and bring bigger and better projects down the line, and we know that we can do the work, we're capable of it, and it gives us confidence to go out and pitch for the size of projects that we should and we can be bringing here.